Hi, I'm Ben, and yeah, this is the video for my project for advanced modeling in the games engine. I've modeled, rigged, textured, and UDK'd this chap right here, who's the conscript from Red Alert 2, basic Soviet infantry, um, basically a meat shield, really. Um, but yeah, he had a really cool kind of steampunky Soviet-esque design, so I just thought I'd roll with that. And plus, it all works out as a good tie-in for one of my favorite games, Red Alert 2. It's a good homage. Okay, so let's get to the model. All right, here's the model. The finished model with all the textures applied. There was a bit of clipping of the shoulder which I didn't manage to fix. It just eluded me after I'd skinned the entire thing. But other than that, yep, there's my mesh. I'm very, very kind of vigilant when it comes to tries, so I've only got tries in there where I need them for the joints and stuff. Um, Otherwise, yeah, you probably won't find a try on my model, uh, which is, well, that's just my way of working. Um, but yeah, I've spent quite a lot of time getting the mesh sorted with all the proportions and everything, so it fits the epic rig. Um, Really, really, really pleased with this one, how it's come out, because I don't know about anyone else, but I'm really, really, really bad at modeling crotches, and this one has turned out to be the best crotch I've ever modeled. So personally, this has been a good model for me. Okay, so after I modeled this dude, I took him into unwrapping, and here's my unwrap map things, um, the layouts. I tend to keep everything spaced and in their own kind of space, so everything doesn't like fold over each other and stuff. I'm a big fan of having big kind of objects. Uh, that was the head, and here's the body. Like we've got the foot here in this corner. That's the arm, the legs, the coat, which is hidden at the moment. I'll go back to the model and show you that. The shoulder pads there, the abdomen. It's all kept within its own space. I like to make the most of the space I've got as well, which is cool. I'm very, very kind of OCD about my unwraps. Okay, so let's go back to the model. Okay, so he looks good, but how does he rig? There was obviously a bit of trouble there because, well, it's that bone has always been quite tricky to blend. Is the word? Yeah, blend. Um, but other than that, I think it's come out quite well, this rig. I'll just play it through once. Yep. His hand clips through the shoulder pad, but I spent ages on the wrist, and I'm quite happy with that. Just watch his neck. And that's him, all nice and rigged. If I go and where is it? Unhide. See, my quad menu's all screwed up because I'm using Camtasia. But there we go. Unhide. Right, here we go. Notice how the bit that's highlighted in white, the skirt or the long bit of the coat, isn't actually animated to the skeleton. This is because under here, under his skirt, I've added two little nubs in a very inappropriate place. One's the base bone and one's a cloth bone. The base bone's kind of hooked up to these top two loops here, and then the rest is linked to the cloth bone. This means I can, yeah, have simulated cloth, and I've got it into UDK to do that because I didn't quite fancy doing Unreal 3 because of the changing around the arms business. I was more happy just messing around with UDK because it's what I'm used to. Okay, so after this, I exported all the unwraps. I only had to unwrap half of it because I mirrored it. So some of these bits which aren't symmetrical are obviously just unwrapped normally, but the whole body was unwrapped symmetrically. Um, I don't know whether or not that was a good idea entirely now that I've done it, but you live and learn. Okay, right. So then I took it out of here and put it into Mudbox, which is fun, fun, fun. You notice his eyes are quite red. This is because I've got the emissive channel and I've done that in Mudbox. So I'm using Mudbox over ZBrush because Mudbox has some really cool texture and features. Like you can take a tiled texture or just even a normal texture, throw it into Mudbox and just paint with that texture just over it. And it's pretty cool. And then you can export all of your layers into a Photoshop file, which is quite brilliant, really. If only they stopped it from becoming a big system whore as it is. It tends to eat the RAMs for breakfast. But yeah, that's my this is my sculpt for my head. I would show you the body, but if I unhid everything, it would crash my computer. Sadly enough. Damn you, Mudbox. Okay, so that's my Mudboxed head. Obviously the emissives and everything. So I'll close this because this can be a pee on it sometimes. But yeah, right, we're back with the base mesh. I took everything into X normal and baked it on using that because I didn't really trust importing everything into Max and doing it the old-fashioned projection cage way because with the amount of polygons that Mudbox threw out, I really didn't want to chance it with screwing with Max. But yeah, it was the unwraps came out okay. I'll just get those up now. Oh, okay. Open with overview. Okie dokie. There's my normal map. It came out pretty well. There's a bit of artifacting at the edges, but other than that, it was okay. I've got Photoshop popping up now. Um, but yeah, as you can see, I've got yeah, Photoshop. Hello. Um, right. You see, I've got like a few different bits and pieces here that I've baked in, like Soviet symbols and stuff, which I thought would be quite cool, seeing as he's a Soviet trooper. Um, and there's some more detail there. I was really annoyed that the artifacting happened. I've really got to kind of work on my baking skills. I'm not really that proficient of a cook yet. Um, but yeah. Anyway, enough with the models and textures, and let's show you some Unreal. But first, this is my code. I did check up on the threads from last year. I did check Ben Wilson's thread that he did, and he posted up a load of code and stuff. I did it a bit differently to him by not coding in the cloth mesh into the thing. I had it initially like that, but then I found out I could do it without, and just define the cloth bone in the anim set viewer. So I did it that way. Um, Saves a lot more coding. I hate coding. Um, but yeah, that's my code. I'll be including it with so you can have a look. Um, close down context, and here we go. Here's Unreal. I'll just show you the ye olde content browser. So I've got the conscript, conscript cloth. The reason for the two is I've got one done without the cloth and one with the cloth just for demonstration purposes. Got my materials. I didn't use a material instance constant for the head because I wanted to give some more emissive power to the eyes, so they do something really cool. And let me just show you. because yes, I have glowing eyes. Um, which I quite like. I like my glowing eyes. Um, but yeah, here he is in the anim set viewer. Let me just enable some cloth. Yep, that's working actually pretty good now. It was a bit ropey at first, but that's probably the best I can get it. Um, you'll see in a minute it'll deform all over the place and do lots of weird things. But yeah, that's quite cool. I'll show you. By going to base mail. Yeah, you see, it just clips through the leg. I couldn't find a way to make the cloth deform with the leg or even take collision from the leg. So I don't know whether it's the animation making it go too fast through the cloth, or I don't know what's up with that. Maybe Epic's new partnership with Nvidia's Apex Clothing will help alleviate this issues and stop me hacking up their cloth system. Um, anyway, I'll just show you some animations. The taunts are always the best, so I'll show you those. I was quite happy with the way he came out, really. I mean, there's only a few bits and pieces around the arms and stuff, and the shoulder pads being a bit weird. Everyone loves pelvic thrusting, especially communists. Right, we've got that, and a bullet to the head. Bang. I rigged up the fingers as well, because why not? I've slit throat, my personal favourite. Okie doke, now that I've shown you that in there, I better show you it in game. I just used one of the Epic's levels because yeah, you guys aren't going to mark us for level design here. Right, here we go. Glowing eyes everywhere. Yeah, I just spawned a load of these guys. It was a shame I couldn't get them to move really. But I'll use that age-old excuse of I ran out of time. Yeah, I've just got one set up statically here for reference purposes. The rest I've got set up. I didn't set them up with the cloth because the cloth doesn't really work in game, as you saw in the anim set viewer. It doesn't really work too well, but it's cloth nonetheless. So yeah, I'll kill one of these guys and show you how he falls over and stuff. I used to have him pinging off the wall with his own physics asset, but that didn't really do me any favors. So I just set him up with the normal corrupt physics asset, which is pretty cool. Gabriel killed Comrade Conrad. There we go. So yeah, they're all pretty killable and they all deform to the floor and stuff. So yeah, I was pretty happy really because I like UDK and I was really happy I got to use UDK instead of Unreal really, because I mean Unreal's great and all, but UDK is just that much better. And it was fun playing with cloth physics because cloth physics is awesome. You learn a new thing every day. So yeah, that was my video. That was my conscript. Hopefully I should be adapting him, but obviously I won't get marked for it for the future. Yeah, I'll shut up and stop waffling now and say goodbye. So yeah, that's my conscript, and goodbye.